he's got his eyes set onto the back of Morrison now. Then we go back to the 22R machine now as well. Slotting back into the fourth spot. It's around just as we say that about Baker. Oh, Regan Tyler gets in there as well, as does it. We got a big fire down here at Penrite turn number 3. So that was due to a heavy contact there. And Regan Tyler gets out of that car unscathed. And great to see, but burst fuel tank there.
Yeah, to be honest, it's the first time I've all like that. I was involved in an incident once when I was on fire in the cockpit. Nothing like that. That's the first time. So usually these cars run methanol fuel, and methanol fuel doesn't have a flame that you can see. So I'm going to predict that was he's running either on some high octane pump gas for it to ignite and to go like that, or it was an oil fire, but more likely the pump gas has caused that amount of flames in that amount of short time. And he was just unlucky. He was coming from further back and just didn't quite see what was going on ahead and tagged everything. So let's hope we've got a replay of that. That was really quite something. Back to you guys upstairs. Mate, that was pretty scary.
I'm just so mad, man. Like, that shouldn't happen like that.
No, sometimes it shouldn't happen, but in fairness to everybody else there, you probably weren't watching far enough ahead because every other car seemed to miss him, and then you just tagged it. But one of those unfortunate things, for sure. But the main thing is, man, I've never seen you get out of a car so fast.
Yeah, I don't think that's my fault, bro. Like, they water the top before a race like this. Like, the TQs are trying to get up there, put on a show, and this is what we're given. Like,
they hadn't ordered the track before your race, so no, they didn't. You've got it wrong, I'm afraid. Thanks.
As we know, race car drivers are never wrong, but unfortunately in this case, I think Regan Tyler might have had it, and just as we see that, so we see Scotty Baker on the 88 just get into the left rear of the bearing supplies machine. So he stalls, and then Regan Tyler gets in there hard and fast, and then we see the 11 machine of Jaden Bush in there, and then we see the back end of the 56 machine just ignite. And as we say that, great to see that Regan managed to get out of that car. There he is, climbing out unscathed. And that's it's a long time since we've seen a fire like that down here at Lucas Oil Western Springs Speedway. And here we go, we see another angle of that. So checking out the 88, we see the contact here. He goes high, he tries to chop down to the inside, just manages to clip the left rear of Morrison, just actually doesn't even get the left rear and just gets the side of the tail tank. And here comes the 56 coming in hot and fast. There we go. So he was committed, he was sliding, and then it was actually the fuel from what was actually out the back of Scotty Baker's car. So we see the fuel trail there and the car that pulled to the inside. So it's potentially the fuel out of the 10 on the infield that pulled off, as well as the Scotty Baker machine.
Yeah, the fuel tank has unmounted, so it's just come off what appears to be its mount. Just put it in there. No, the fuel tank's quite there, but certainly that's the area of the flame. So if you come bring the camera around here, like how hot it was in the cockpit, all his gauges and everything are melted. Everything that was plastic is melted. This is his seat belt, and that has melted as well. So it was, as we saw, immediate and very, very vicious. So even right down as far as like the wheel, everything. Just having a look under the bonnet, double check that there's nothing going to ignite itself. All looks okay.
So we're going to take a quick look on the screen. So check out the fuel trail. So we can't quite see it from there, but there's a whole lot of fuel getting dumped out of the back of Ryan Baker's there. So we see it. We get that contact from Jaden Bush into the back of Regan Tyler there as well. And then the combustion started, and then we ended up with our Inferno there.